We'll begin the awards ceremony, and I'm going to go in an alphabetical order. We've, of course, broken up the awards sector-wise. So let's begin with the first category, auto and ancillaries. And the winner here is, no surprises, Mr. Keninchi Ayukawa, Managing Director and CEO of Maruti Suzuki India. Can we have the AV, please? The first car of many
Ayukawa,
Indians.
As the Managing Director and CEO of India's largest car maker, Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Keninchi Ayukawa has spearheaded the company to greater heights in the last 3 years. Its market share of 50.4% this year is the highest since 2000-2001. Recently, as its share price rose to over 10,000 rupees, Maruti was the most valuable automobile company in the world after Tesla. Ayukawa's attention to detail and focus on quality reduced product recalls. Ayukawa has instilled a sense of ownership, pride and freedom among employees who now enjoy more authority than ever before.
Moving on to our next sector, banking. And the winner here is Mr. Ramesh Sopti, Managing Director and CEO of IndusInd Bank. It is the most consistently well-performing bank. Many congratulations, Mr. Sopti. Can we have the AV,
Ramesh
please?
Sopti, Managing Director and CEO, IndusInd Bank, is a career banker. Prior to IndusInd Bank in 2007-2008, he was heading the ABN AMRO Bank. In a decade, he turned around the mid-sized IndusInd Bank, which is now one of the fastest growing banks in India. His focus now is on the next phase of growth for banking by scaling up new businesses like microfinance, consumer digital lending, affordable housing and diamond financing.
Moving on to our next sector, cement. And the winner here is Mr. Yadupati Singhania, Chairman and Managing Director of JK Cement, the largest cement manufacturer in North India. Mr. Ragavapat Singhania is here to collect the award.
Yadupati Singhania, the 64-year-old Chairman and Managing Director of JK Cement, is a pragmatic leader who remains rooted in his group's legacy while spearheading the robust growth of his company. In the last 3 years, JK Cement's total income grew by over 10%, while its bottom line registered an over 40% jump. His signature move was the foray into the more lucrative white cement category that he envisioned way ahead of anybody else. Singhania completed his civil engineering from IIT Kanpur in 1977. Singhania is a voracious reader, a genuine car buff, a keen collector of antiques, and lists gardening as a hobby.
Moving on to our next sector, fast-moving consumer goods. And the winner here is none other than Mr. Varun Berry, Managing Director, Britannia Industries.
Varun Berry. Berry, a graduate in mechanical engineering from Punjab University, is a people person. He is an avid golfer who spends his weekends on the golf course. In addition, Berry is a movie buff who makes it a point to see most Bollywood movies within the first week.
Moving on to our next sector, financial services. The winner here is Mr. Kapil Vadhavan, Chairman and Managing Director of Diwan Housing Finance, making affordable housing more affordable for Indians.
Kapil Vadhavan. His father, Rajesh Vadhavan, was able to visualize the potential at the bottom of the pyramid as early as 1984. Long before affordable housing became a buzzword in financial services, Kapil Vadhavan joined the company in the mid-1990s and started growing the business both through organic and inorganic route. He is now scaling up new business like life insurance and mutual fund.
Moving on to our next sector, metals and mining. The winner here is Mr. Sajjan Jindal, Chairman and Managing Director of JSW Steel. And we have Mr. Parth Jindal, Managing Director of JSW Cement, and Mr. Seshagiri Rao, Joint Managing Director and Group CFO.
The second son of industrialist O.P. Jindal, built JSW Steel as the largest steel maker in the company through acquisitions and expansions.
A louder round of applause,
A firm
please.
believer of India growth story, Jindal invested rupees 26,800 crore to expand the company's overall steel making capacity to 23 million ton by March 2020 from 18 million ton. A mechanical engineer by profession, Jindal spearheaded the growth of JSW Group as a diversified conglomerate with assets in power, ports and infrastructure and cement sectors. He has been recently selected as the treasurer of the World Steel Association.
Moving on to our next sector, oil and gas. And the winner here is Mr. B. Ashok, Chairman, Indian Oil. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the company that operates 10 out of 20 refineries in India.
B. Ashok, former chairman of Indian Oil Corporation, IOC, is now the first CEO of Ratnagiri Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited, RRPL. The venture setting up the world's biggest refinery on India's west coast. Ashok retired from IOC in July 2017 after serving as its chairman for 3 years. During his tenure, IOCL benefited with the NDA government's push for reforms in the oil and gas sector. He reworked the way crude oil was procured and moved away from the practice of taking loans to match operational expenditures.
Well, moving on to the next sector, pharmaceuticals. And the winner here is Mr. V.C. Nanapaneni, Chairman and Managing Director of Natco Pharma. We have Mr. Uday Trivedi here, the Regional Marketing Manager, to collect the award on his behalf.
Mr. V.C. Nanapaneni has over 48 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry.
I know it's been a long day, but
he
we shouldn't be so stingy with our
in various
applause,
US
please.
pharmaceutical
Thank
companies.
you.
He holds a bachelor's and master's degree in pharmacy from Andhra University, India. He also has a master's in pharmaceutical administration from the Brooklyn College of Pharmacy, USA. Currently, along with general management, he also oversees the new drug discovery program of the company.
Moving on to our next sector, power. And the winner here is Chairman and Managing Director of Power Grid Corporation, Mr. I.S. Jha. Power Grid Corporation transmits 50% of the power
I.S.
in
Jha
India.
became the CMD of Power Grid Corporation in November 2015. Jha is anchoring the NDA government's push for renewable by spreading the Green Corridor network to link and evacuate energy from solar and wind farms. His aim is to build a strong team. The active ingredients including building confidence, reputation, enjoyment at work and ensuring that colleagues too are aligned to the vision. While he expects team members to stick to time schedules, he accommodates new ideas.
Well, okay, I'm going to have to call Mr. Jha back on stage because Power Grid Corporation also gets the award for Best PSU excluding banking financial services. Okay, let's not let the applause die down, please. Moving on to our next category, Best PSU in the banking financial services space, and the award here goes to Mr. Mahesh Kumar Jain, Managing Director and CEO of Indian Bank.
Mahesh Kumar Jain, Indian Bank. He started his banking career with Punjab National Bank and moved to Syndicate Bank. His big break came when he joined Indian Bank as Executive Director. He was soon promoted as CEO of Indian Bank, where he helped turn around the bank which was passing through a difficult phase because of slowdown in lending and deteriorating asset quality. Post his success, the government gave him charge of IDBI Bank to effect a similar turnaround.
Okay, we move on now to companies by size. Best CEO of a small size company, the award goes to Mr. V.C. Nanapaneni, Chairman and Managing Director of Natco Pharma. Can we invite Mr. Uday Trivedi back up on stage, please? Best CEO medium-sized companies, the award goes to Mr. Naveen Agarwal, Executive Chairman, Vedanta. And he couldn't be here with us today. We'll be, of course, sending the award to him. Our next category, best... Okay, let's take a look at the AV. Well, moving on to our next category, Best CEO of a Large Company. And no surprises here. The award once again goes to Mr. Keninchi Ayukawa, Managing Director and CEO of Maruti Suzuki, India. Well, moving on to the best CEO of a super-sized company. And the award here goes to a PSU, Indian Oil. Can we invite Mr. B. Ashok, Chairman of Indian Oil, back on stage, please? Many congratulations, sir. Can we get a super applause? Because we know how difficult it is to run companies. Okay, our big award for the evening, Champion of Champions. And I think I should have just asked Mr. Ayukawa to not leave the stage. Can we have you back up on stage, please? Mr. Keninchi Ayukawa gets the award for Champion of Champions for the exemplary work in Maruti Suzuki, India. Round of applause, please. Moving on to our final two awards for the evening. The Lifetime Achievement Award goes to none other than Mr. Y.C. Deveshwar, Chairman of the ITC Group. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today, but he's requested us to come to his office to give the award to him because he wanted to personally receive the award.
Y.C. Deveshwar Lifetime Award.
Our final award for the evening, the Lifetime Achievement Award, goes to Mr. A.M. Naik, Group Chairman, L&T. Many congratulations, sir. And can we give Mr. Naik, who's a legend in the corporate world,
Chairman of Lawson & Toubro, needs no introduction. An outspoken and assertive patriotic personality, Naik has served L&T for an unmatchable 53 years. L&T's revenue grew 25 times and market cap 80 times since he became the Managing Director and CEO in 1999. Coming from a family of teachers in a small village in Gujarat and armed with an engineering degree, Naik rewrote history in infrastructure creation in India and abroad. He fought battles with leading Indian business houses to thwart takeover attempts, ring-fenced the company with an employee trust to make many of them millionaires with stock options, and transformed L&T into a professionally managed global engineering and technology powerhouse.
Mr. Naik, such a privilege to have you with us. Can we request you to say a few words, please?
Honorable Minister of State for Civil Aviation, Sri Jayant Sinha, Founder and Editor-in-Chief of India Today Group, Mr. Arun Puri, Editor of Business Today, Mr. Prasenjit Datta, dignitaries and friends. I am honored to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award from Business Today, a publication that has distinguished itself in business journalism. I am especially happy that this award comes in the 80th anniversary of Larsen & Toubro. The company which I have served for over 53 years and led for the last 20 years. It has been a long, deeply fulfilling journey which began in a little village in South Gujarat, where I spent my formative years. That is where I learned the core principles which have molded my character. My role model has always been my father. He was the founder principal of a village school and believed in inspiring his words to constantly aim higher, and that is how we could make L&T into what it is today. Number describe one's achievement best between 99, when I took over as a CEO and later as a chairman, to now. Group revenues grew from 5,000 crore to 1,25,000, 25 times. And this is in spite of selling many non-core businesses like cement and all that. This surge was achieved entirely through organic growth. The market cap, which stood at 2,000 crore in 99, when always also was vulnerable to takeover, being so cheap, has risen to over rupees 1,80,000, today at a CAGR of 27%. The L&T Group provides direct employment to around 90,000 and engages the contract labor, being the largest infrastructure builder of India, touching the lives of millions of families. We had begun our CSR long before the term gained currency. In the last year alone, our medical and social interventions have benefited nearly 1.5 million people. L&T's growth is a part of the larger narrative of the India's growth story. Here again, I will let the numbers do the talking. We have helped India leap to energy of the atom of the 22 nuclear reactors in India today. L&T has supplied out of that more than 18. In the defense sector, we helped to build the INS Ariane, India's first nuclear power submarine, and currently are supplying over 100 Bofors type, the artillery guns, to the army. Almost all the India's space launch vehicle carry on-board critical system from L&T. In infrastructure, we are the industry leader and have helped to modernize airports and build metro system for most of India's major cities. And we are also helping India find a new digital destiny by setting up smart cities. Recently, when my biography, The Nationalist, was being written, the author, Minhas Merchant, asked me about my success mantra. I told him it is passion, conviction, commitment, and devotion. Devotion is when you worship your God in a temple, and my mandir, my temple, has been Larsen & Toubro all my life. Therefore, I dedicate this Lifetime Achievement Award to L&T, the great organization which has given me the platform to serve the nation and which I hope and pray will continue to scale new heights of achievement. Thank you all very much. Jai Hind. Thank you.
And can I please with that invite all the winners back up on stage with their trophies for a group photograph for you to remember this evening by. All the winners with their trophies, please.